Welcome back, you guys, to another JZFishing video. I hope your guys' holiday season went well. To kick off this new year, I'm going to be doing a tutorial video. I guess not really a tutorial video, more of like a guide. I'm going to be talking about the best spinning reels for striped bass. Today we're going to be talking about my top couple of favorites. I'm not sure how many I'm going to do, but I know I'm going to choose my favorites. And once again, if you're interested in buying any of these reels at any point in today's video, I'm going to have links to every single one of them down in the description box below. And if you go check out through the links that we provide, we get a commission of the sale. So if you want to help support the channel and you don't want to buy our merch or join our Patreon, you can always just buy the products through the links. You're going to buy them anyways, and it helps support the channel. It really, really means a lot to us. And with that being said, let's get into today's list. All right, so the first reel on today's list is the Piscifun Carbon X II spinning reel. And I really, really love this reel for a ton of different reasons. And if there was only one reel I could get on today's list, it would probably be this. First of all, it's the most affordable. It's the lightest, and it does have a really, really, really powerful drag. It's a really good reel. It's also, you know, only $74, which compared to some of the other reels in today's list is not horrible. It has 22 pounds of drag, which is more than enough for striped bass. They are hard to find, so, you know, they say they have some 2000s in stock. They say they have some 3000 sizes in stock, but it can be a little bit iffy, especially around this time. But if you're seeing this video, it's probably around January, February, hopefully. So yeah, they should be in stock if they say that they are on the website. But overall, a really, really good reel, quite powerful. The one couple of downsides that I have to it is it's not at all saltwater rated. It's a freshwater reel for sure. So if you're going to take it out in the saltwater at all, you're going to need to wash it pretty well after every single trip. I mean, typically you should be doing that anyways, but you got to put a lot of care and effort, and especially make sure to wash them right after you fish. That way it doesn't rust or corrode. Piscifun had a Carbon X1. So this is the second gen. They just buffed it just a little bit. People really loved the first one, and so they made a couple of small changes which make it a little bit better. But honestly, if you get your hands on the first version as well, I would highly suggest using that. They're very, very similar. I think the Piscifun Carbon X II is about $20 more expensive, but either reel is really great, and you got options between the 2000 and the 3000 size. If you're using the 1000 for striper, I don't really know what you're doing. But the 2000 and 3000 should be good, especially if you're going for smaller fish. Moving on to the next reel on today's list, we got the Penn Battle III 4000. This is one of my favorite reels, just in general, especially for saltwater. You'll see me, if you guys have been watching the videos for a while, you'll see me using these all the time. I've got a 4000 size and an 8000 size, and I'm trying to get my hands on either a 2500 or a 3000 for some halibut from Piers next season. But a really great reel, especially for the price. I mean, this is one of the toughest reels you can buy on the market nowadays. It's going to be a little bit heavier than the Carbon X, but definitely a lot more durable, especially in the saltwater. If you're doing mostly saltwater and you don't have a huge budget, this is what I would go with for sure. And on Amazon right now, they got size 2000, 2500, 3000, even up to 4000. So, you know, if you wanted to do some surf stuff, they even got a 5000 and a 6000. So you could definitely dabble with that as well. And, you know, this one's only 129. The 3000 is 139. And then from there, it kind of goes down. I mean, that's only 89. You got 149, but the prices are not horrible, especially for the quality that you're getting. Penn is a quite popular name in the fishing industry. They make a ton of great reels, and actually the next two reels on today's list are also Penn as well. But, you know, a really, really, really good reel, and kind of like similar to the Piscifun, Penn Battle had a Battle II. So this is the third gen Battle. Like I said, if you can only get your hands on a Battle II, it's a great reel as well. But if you have the time, if you have the money, I would definitely go up for the Battle III. They made a really good amount of good modifications to the Battle III. The gearing system is much better. The drag is more powerful. It's a lot smoother. A very, very good reel overall, and definitely a daily user for me. Reel number 3 on today's list is the Penn Clash 3. Sorry, Penn Clash 2, my bad. So this is a specific saltwater inshore reel, and this is, if I'm not wrong, one of the lightest fishing reels on the market, especially for saltwater. So this is pretty much a Battle III, but about half as heavy. Really, really quality reel. It's mostly made of carbon fiber, as you can kind of see here along the side of the spool itself, and on top here with the drag system. It's braid ready, so you can throw on some braid. I've owned one of these in the past. I sold it because I wanted to get a slammer, but man, I'm looking to get my hands on another one of these. It's really, really, really good. I really like this 3000 size. I'm probably going to see if I can get my hands on one of these because I feel like this would be a really good rod or reel, especially for striper and halibut. They do make a 4000 and a 5000 if you want to go saltwater surf fishing for striper. Really quality reel. This is kind of the dad of the Piscifun Carbon X, right? It's going to be very powerful. It's saltwater sealed. Honestly, it's a saltwater sealed Carbon X, which is why you have that hefty price tag, but you're paying for extremely high quality. And if you run into any issues at all, I've found that Penn is quite good at resolving them with you. So if you have any issues, you can contact Penn and they'll typically solve them for you. But like I was saying, a very, very, very good reel, highly rated, been around for a very long time. Overall, really, really good reel. All right, finishing up on today's list. This is kind of a specialty reel. I have the Slammer 2500 up on the screen, but they go all the way up to a 10,000 size. Really and honestly, I would not buy the 2500 version of this. I would probably only buy the Slammer if I was looking at fishing for big striper from the surf. And if that were the case, I'd get a 3500 or a 4500, and right now those will run you about $280. But overall, this is kind of the big mama of spinning reels, especially from Penn. The one downside to it is it's completely heavier. It's a lot heavier than the other reels on today's list. But not only is this one kind of saltwater resistant like the other ones, but this one is actually fully sealed. So no sand, no saltwater is supposed to get into this gearing system. It's completely sealed off from the outside elements, which is a huge plus, especially if you're doing surf fishing, because you can dunk this thing in saltwater, you can get it all sandy, you put it on the ground while you're unhooking a big striper, and it will be completely fine going into the future. Like I said, unless you're really surf fishing, I would not suggest spending this much money on a slammer. The drag is quite powerful. It's I think closer to 35 pounds. Like I said, this is kind of like the big mama of Penn reels, but a really, really quality reel. And if you keep it in good condition and you wash it after trips, this thing will last you just years. I mean, if you can, before you come and pick one of these up, just pick it up in person, feel it. It's a really, really well-built reel. It was built for bluefin tuna and sharks. So, it's meant to last. It was built for the hardcore fisherman, and a really, really quality reel overall. That's going to about end today's video. I hope you guys kind of learned something from today's video. Just a quick recap. The first reel is the Piscifun Carbon X II at $75. Second reel is the Penn Battle III at around ranging from like 90 to 150. Up next is the Penn Clash, which is around 200, 235. And then finally, we're finishing up with the Slammer, which is $200 to $300. You can't go wrong with any of these reels. They're all really good, and kind of like I went over in the video, there's a time and a space for every single one of these. So, look at what you're doing with striped bass fishing. Kind of take a look at what kind of striped bass fishing you do, where you do it, how big your fish are, and you can make the right choice for you. And all of these reels will cover every single kind of striped bass fishing you're ever going to do, especially here in the Bay Area. So these are all really great options. And like I said earlier, if you want to pick one of these up or multiple of them up, there will be links to every single one of these down in the description box below if you want to check them out. I'm also going to try and update them to find the cheapest prices for you guys. But with that being said, I'm going to finish up today's video, and hopefully we'll see you next Wednesday at 7 p.m.